Welcome back.
Time for the newspaper front pages. We have the CCO of Sustainable Stories, Uade Ahimie, joining us this morning. Bonjour, bienvenue, welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us. We
were
expecting you to be in Davos, Switzerland, because that's where...
If Uade should ask me, what did I just say? I will remind him that his tax is being managed by France.
It's a lie.
They signed an MOU, does not mean it's been implemented.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Whether I like it or not.
They started again this morning.
They do know who you are.
Okay, let's get into the newspapers.
Who are you? Tanya.
How do you form?
How do you form?
Let's get into the papers this morning and start with the Punch newspaper, the front page of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, I think we need that insecticide now.
But I promise you, it's usually Friday that they misbehave like this, not always every other day.
Maybe it's the coffee. Who gave them coffee this morning? It must have been black and no sugar.
What did Benny mix in this coffee today?
It must have been black and no sugar. So it's very obvious because the caffeine and the...
Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
Counter-terrorism campaign. Federal government moves to fast-track trial of 5,000 insurgents. Military, police, NSCDC budget 204 billion naira for operations in 2026. Security agencies to harvest DNA of notorious terror kingpins. Court issues bench warrant against Bello Turji-linked suspects. Death toll hits 29 in Pakistan mall fires. A really sad one. Dozens missing. ICPC to arraign Ozekomem on Monday over UK property. DNA test cleared Davido in paternity dispute according to his father. AU Afrima hails Sanwo-Olu sponsors after awards. Kidnappers hold 166 Kaduna worshippers, demand 29 million naira deposit. Oti's Labour Party blocks 6 reconciliation as court sacks Abure. Awujale's stool battle, Ogun halts process, police storm palace. Royal Rumble, inside power struggle rocking Oyo Oba's council.
Some of them don't even speak to each other anymore.
It's really wild. Okay, let's start with the kidnapper story, because that has been one of the biggest stories. Kidnappers hold 166 Kaduna worshippers.
They said they took their motorcycles.
So they are angry.
Wow, what a country.
And there was a denial at first too.
On Tuesday when this news broke, everybody said, no, not everybody. The police said, it's not true.
Yeah.
Nobody was kidnapped. The local government chairman was like, no, it's not true. 24, and you know, when we spoke about it, I spoke about it somewhere else on Tuesday, and the first thing I said is that, in my own opinion and in my own personal belief, that the police were lying, and it has come out to be that they were lying. And then the excuse for the kidnapping, they seized 27 of their motorcycles. And so the question I beg to ask is, who is really in charge of that local government? At least this local government, because they're asking not only to return the motorcycles, they're asking for 29, they're asking
to begin
to even start talking, they should bring 29 million. It means, something tells me that it means that this has been going on, that community continues to pay, whether it's taxes you call them or it's levies that they pay, and it's just ludicrous when you think about it. And every day we talk about the insecurity in Nigeria, and we have government officials or government officials all over the world, some of them in Davos now, telling us about how safe it is to invest in Nigeria. It's a good place to invest. Nigeria is a wonderful place to invest, don't get me wrong. But you can't get people coming into a country where, even if I put my investment down and I build those factories and they are being kidnapped every day, then there is a huge problem. So, first and foremost, the police needs to apologize to Nigerians. They need to, because I heard what the PRO said. I said, oh, we didn't lie. You know, you lied to Nigerians.
Come on.
You said that it wasn't true, that you needed names, and it beats me. And I remember when I said this thing, I said, the first thing about brand management, and anybody who cares to listen, is you don't deny everything. You don't have to take responsibility, but you accept that the message has come to you, you understand what the message is, and we will come back within a certain time. But what you did was you lied to Nigerians, you lied to the families of those who were kidnapped, to the whole nation, and said, no, it wasn't true. Now, with your tails between your legs, you come back and say, oh, these were the reasons. And it's ludicrous, in my opinion.
Now, still talking about this security issue, you're a finance man, you're a money man, and they often say, follow the money, the trail. But we've seen the kidnapping has almost become an industry. It's an industry.
Oh, no, it is an industry.
So why haven't we been able to deploy, we have a Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, deploy forensic ways of stopping this business?
Well,
why are we not following the money trail?
And I don't think we're not following the money trail. I just think that those in leadership don't have the political will to deal with this.
What needs to be done?
It's as simple. You see, it's simple. When you follow the trail, you nip it right from the board. And that's the reality of it. You know? So when people say banks report almost on a daily basis, intelligence is always scouting through large funds movements, and we've heard not once, not twice. And recently we've also heard intelligence about money moved in terms of sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Lists have been provided. Of course, you don't expect foreign intelligence to give the media that list, because that's security, it's a security issue. But when we refuse to do anything about it, or we pay lip service, let me put it that way, we refuse to do anything and pay lip service to it, and this is what we get. We've been in this, Nigeria has been at war for the last 15 years, going on 16, and everybody plays politics with it. You know, it started with Chibok. I think the only president in Nigeria who really didn't play politics with terrorism was the late President Yar'Adua. And we saw the plan that he put in place, and that plan has worked. Whether the plan has been reneged upon is a different, but we saw that plan work. So what does it take? In my own opinion, it doesn't take anything but political will.
Maybe to the government it takes fast-tracking the trial of 5,000 insurgents. Because that's the headline of the Punch newspaper. And let's zoom in on it.
No, so before you because I've read that 320 were prosecuted in 1 year. When you fast track, how many are you going to prosecute? Because if you prosecute 220 in 1 year, 320 prosecuted, about 1,200 for lack of evidence. So if you prosecute 320, so let's fast track it. You triple it. So you say 1,000 in a year. So these 5,000 that are already currently in.
Maybe they'll do a better job in prosecuting.
With the judicial system in Nigeria, have you gone to court?
Let's talk to our legal expert. They say the wheels of justice grind slowly.
In
How
Nigeria,
can you fast track with these
it's
wheels
even
of
slower
justice?
in Nigeria. I'm not sure they even have wheels.
Is there wheels or there's rope?
Most likely rope. Because if you go, no, that's not. Let's try and let's see the lighter side and be honest about it. Have you been to a court when a judge is about to sit, and then they pile those different files? Even if I'm a judge, I'll be scared to sit.
Still analog.
And that's
A lot of their processes.
Whereas abroad, just underneath the table, you have the systems.
I noticed Olive is not saying anything because she has plans to go back to the court. And the judge will remember you. That day, what did you say about the judiciary?
My lord.
Anyway, the writer of this very important story on federal government moves to fast-track trial of 5,000 insurgents. Military police NSCDC budgets 204 billion naira for operations in 2026. Security agencies to harvest DNA of notorious terror kingpins. Please, what does it mean? And on the security level, what will it do? What do you need their DNA for? So in case, because I'm trying to...
First, what I think, I don't know what they mean by harvesting, except maybe they have those DNA information inside a digital database. So when you're harvesting it, then it's easier for you to say, okay.
Oh, I see. I mean, if you look at the United States, for example, when they're looking for Saddam Hussein, they have his DNA issues. For Saddam, Osama bin Laden, and then they run it through their system to confirm their identities.
And how do you get a number of all these things? Is either someone has committed a crime or alleged to commit a crime or is on a watch list, and then you start to find out how they move, where they've gone, which hospitals they've gone to, because they all have, these things are available, samples will come to you, and that's it. But first and foremost, you even have to have an idea of the identity of this person, whether this person has a criminal record. And I've heard also that, we want to create a criminal database. This is 2026, 21st century, high-tech technology, and we're still trying to create a criminal database.
So according to them, because I just had to go online to look at it, they said the intention is that they'll create a database, a national database on terrorism accessible to every agency engaged in the fight against terrorism. Now, according to them, this database will contain full identifying particulars on known and suspected members of terrorist groups, including, where possible, biometric data and a DNA profile, information on terrorist modus operandi, and intelligence on reported terrorist activity.
When they are coming for their biometric, they should just apprehend them there. Because we are looking for Bello Turji's biometrics now.
So
how would that stop?
And I read that earlier, and it just beats me. You need a central database first and foremost for every Nigerian. And on that database, people who commit offenses would have against their names, not for public,
but for
the security thing.
I thought
like
the
it's
DSS has
obtainable
that.
In the West.
In the West.
It's obtainable in many places across the world.
But some of them are open to the public as well.
No,
if you request for the sex offenders,
Yes. Now, those who have gone to prison because of employment becomes very important. And that's why sometimes you find people who have committed a crime and have served their time find it very difficult to get jobs. And that's the reason, because they committed a crime.
Ex-convicts.
Yeah. And you don't want a situation, like I always tell people change. If you start the time and you've changed, then you've changed. And you try and run away from those things. But you need a central database first and foremost. And in Nigeria, the central data
struggle with. It feels like there's a multiplicity and a duplicity
there is so much data in much
BVN.
silos in terms of data collection. Banks have BVN, we have NIN, telcos have the, it's just ridiculous when what you require is a central database that feeds into every other part of the economy, and people take out the data that they require.
Okay. Still looking at the fight against insecurity, the move to fast track 5,000 insurgents, just to mention that we're opening the phone lines, and we will be giving you the opportunity to call in if you'd like to speak to any of the topics that we've looked at this morning. You have a contribution, a comment, a suggestion, please call the number on your TV screen or go on YouTube to drop a comment. I wanted to say something. If you go into the details on the Punch newspaper, you go to read, they claim that Bello Turji is under pressure, that he remains, he's now under sustained pressure from coordinated ground operations. In fact, let me quote, they say, Turji in panic. But we'll come into the details of that. We have a call coming in.
They know.
That's what I want us to talk about. We have a call coming in. Hello, good morning. Hello, David. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Yes, please go ahead.
I want to revise an issue there. Back 1987, when I was posted to Bauchi,
okay,
then it was a military era. We were in Bauchi, there were some elements, some group of this type of bandits that were carrying knives, hooks. Those type of hooks they normally put on people's necks to finish them. These people were arrested in Bauchi and they were all executed. All those nonsense stuff, all these things we are seeing now is because of politicians. If they start eliminating these people, all these things we talk, immediately they are arrested, they should execute them publicly. There should be nothing like carrying them to prison to go and be sitting on our sweat. These are not human beings we should reckon with. Immediately they get these people, execute them publicly. Let everybody see it clean.
All right, David.
Sponsoring them, there should be no millionaire in this country.
Thank you very much, David, for sharing your thoughts. David
is retired.
Well, there are human rights issues around that.
Exactly.
And most countries, they put a moratorium on death penalty. But, I mean, some would argue for it, that if you're caught in the act because you're living by the sword, it's okay to die.
But the risk in that... There is a huge risk in that.
Okay, miscarriage of justice.
The risk in that is, it is better that 1,000 guilty people go scot-free than for one innocent person to be falsely apprehended.
But he's talking about people that have been caught red-handed.
He's talking about the bandits, the terrorists.
Let me paint a picture for you. You catch somebody strapped with a vest, they're strapped with a bomb and they're running into a church or into a mosque to go and cause, detonate the bomb. But they're not doing it of their own accord. They're not terrorists per se. They were forced to do it. They've been manipulated.
Under accord?
Have you ever been seized for you to be used as a weapon?
They force you into it. They hold a member of the person's family. There are more serious issues involved.
And that's why there's a judicial system. And that's why we live under this.
And that is why our current laws, as they stand, Section 36, subsection 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, provides for the presumption of innocence, such that even a person who has been caught in the act of murder has a right to representation, has a right to be heard,
and
then judgment will be given. So I'm not quite sure about the summary.
Let's take another call. We have Lenny calling from Abuja. Good morning.
Good morning, Benga. Good morning, Leif. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Lenny.
Let's go ahead.
You know, we always, in Nigeria, we don't have human rights. We don't even have rights. We always talk about human rights, right? In Japan, if you are corrupt, you kill yourself by yourself. In China, if you are corrupt, the government will jail you, right? In Europe, they will jail you too. But in Africa, if you are corrupt, they will start speaking English. This person have this thing. What happened to the person? What law? Are we better than Japan? That if somebody is corrupt, the person will kill himself because he knows what the government will do to him. So he will take his life by himself. The problem about this country and Africa is that the willpower. Just like there's something that the professor that left a while ago said. He said, kick against indiscipline. It happened in Calabar when Donald was the governor in Cross River State. He couldn't drop things on the floor. That is the willpower. When you step up, all Nigerians will arrange. Nigerians obey law, but who will put
when there are consequences?
Who will be strong? Who will be strong-headed that will make this law? If you deal with these bandits publicly, forget about this, I have human rights. The people that they kill in the bush, don't they have human rights? So it's something, let's forget about the sentiment, the emotional distance. Deal with these people decisively, logically. Deal with these people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Again, I still go back to I'm
in support of you.
Yeah, abolitionists around the world are kicking against the death penalty, against capital punishment.
I'm not against capital punishment. I'm just
summary execution
that
without them having their day in court.
And it happens
they
a lot.
Should have their day in court. They should fast track it so they don't feed off taxpayers' money and the prison is not a hotel.
And to fast track it is to ensure that the judicial system works efficiently.
So what will it take to get... Anyway, let's just move to our next story. We have so much.
Still on the punch.
No, I was going to people are trying to distract me from Bello Turji that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Yes, they said, and I'm going to quote, Major General Wara Idris has said that notorious bandit leader Bello Turji is currently in panic and confusion as intensified military operations closing on him and other armed groups leaders in the Northwest.
Close in on him.
Due to intelligence.
Exactly. According to their intelligence, they say he's moving every 2 hours. So why have they not caught him yet?
They're waiting for the right time. Do you know how long the U.S.
took it out to get to Osama bin Laden.
And Delta Force trailed
and they're coming to share
bin
this.
Laden in
why are they putting it online?
about Pakistan.
And they're
why are they putting it online?
Then. Let's have your reaction to this.
Anyway. How do I react to that? And that's the truth about it. You see, with intelligence, there are things we don't throw out in public.
You have to be intelligent.
And these are the kind of things you don't throw out in public. Do you understand?
Maybe so
we're talking about
confidence.
Osama now, and it took America almost 2 years.
Plus.
So they closed him on him.
No, to close him on him in Pakistan. They chased him around the world for close to
But they didn't
years.
come to the front pages of the New York
be having
Times
conversation.
to say that
until
Osama is jittery.
Until Osama was executed. Are you with me? We didn't know.
Yes, but now we know that Bello Turji is panicking. He cannot even watch AFCON.
We have a call. We have a call. Let's take Oladuku, if I'm right, who's joining us. Duni Oladuku. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. We'd like if you could speak up as well. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope I can be heard clearly.
Yes,
we can hear you, just a bit
We'll just need our
faint, so if you
producers,
can
not
speak
you.
up.
Maybe our producers can help us
Okay,
pump up the
I'm
volume a
trying
bit.
to the volume of the TV. So you guys are having a wonderful conversation this morning.
Thank you.
And I think at this point I want to contribute to one or 2 points that was earlier raised by one of your visitors. So the first contribution I want to make is about following the money. All right. Yes, we have an FIU, and they have the capacity and all the resources to be able to trace how this money is being moved, within the cycle of this bandit and the terrorists. But unfortunately, when we have some cases and alleged cases where we hear that even government agencies, are involved even in the settlements or paying up of ransom, it complicates the issue. All right. So, but if that is eliminated, it becomes easier to be able to track. No, they don't come out to tell us clearly, that this is what they do. But we are hearing a lot of information around that. So that complicates the process entirely. And secondly, another concern that I have is about trying to implement what Yar'Adua did during his era. So for me, I think strongly we need to look at the bandit and terrorism to be completely different from the case that was happening, during Yar'Adua's era. These people are mean, all right? They are completely mean. And their attack is not targeted to a particular area. Unlike during the Yar'Adua's era, those guys were attacking government facilities. But these people, they are killing everybody, regardless of your religion, regardless of your tribe, regardless of whatever you are. So we should not try to look at that. For me, I support corporal punishment for whoever is caught.
Capital
You
punishment.
are caught, you are convinced, you follow due process of law, and at the end of the day, what do you need to be doing? All this one we are talking about some of those bandits being rejected into the army. And we can see how they are complicating the process. They are the informants. They are the informants. So I think that's my point. We need to do that government should not be involved whatsoever in the payment of ransom. And also, we should treat bandits and terrorists completely different from the case that we had during.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We missed out on this very important one. I don't know why we didn't even mention it. Court issues bench warrant against Turji, Bello-linked suspects.
But this is the response to that now.
Them.
Okay, the suspects, not Bello Turji.
Yeah, and Mr. Bello Turji should also present himself to the nearest police station as wanted. Anyway, let's move on to other
Let's move on to another paper quickly. I want us to go to...
I don't know if you would want to comment on this, or we should just leave it to the gods to settle their matters. Royal Rumble, inside power struggle, rocking Oyo Oba's cancel.
I know his response.
And on the top,
I know his response.
Let the gods handle this one.
At the top of that, Awujale's two
let the gods.
Ogunho's process. Police storm
the
palace.
gods are very angry.
Why is it that the states? Why is the state involved in who becomes Oba? Is it not a traditional thing? The state is just to present the instrument of office, the staff of office. So why is it becoming so political?
To sign off to have the instrument of office.
Who makes the Oba?
The kingmakers.
Okay, where did they get the vision from?
Well, I really don't.
Anyway, let's leave it to the gods.
I really don't know. The gods will handle it. The oracles will, the divinity will show them who the right.
Anyway, let's go to another paper, Nigerian Tribune. Let's go to the Nigerian Tribune. Paternity dispute, how I got to know about my son's alleged daughter, Davido's father. He had a video yesterday, went live. He talked about, he showed proof that the girl or the child in question doesn't belong to his son, Davido, even though he has been taking care of her and the family. Wow. Abduction of 177 worshippers. Kaduna governor pledges rescue of victims. Atiku Obi knock government. Can affected community upbraid police. Local government boss untold story of Kurumin Wali kidnap. I don't know. Have you reacted to this Kaduna story you did earlier on? Talking about it in the weekend. There's one I want us to look into. But let's take this call.
I like that.
Our phone lines.
Upbraid.
Yes, upbraid.
Olive, I want to upbraid you.
No, it's upbraid, not
scold you.
All right, now you know. We have a caller. Hello, Uche.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Uche.
Yeah. My question this morning goes this way. The commissioner of police in Kaduna that says or threatens people that gives, false information. Now he has given Nigerians false information that nothing happened. What will happen to that commissioner of police? That is my question this morning. Even the chairman of that local government that says nothing happened. Please, you people should help us. What will happen to him? Because the federal government is against false information. They have been warning Nigerians. Whoever that gives false information will go for it. Why is he retaining his position? That is my question this morning. God bless you.
Thank you, Uche.
Over to you. Say you people should. What recommendation, what punitive recommendations
should be
meted out to the Commissioner of Police of Kaduna State?
In reality, they will tell you to do the noble thing, but we've seen from the reports on the York Obaship and the Awujale, there is really no nobility in Nigeria. So I think, first and foremost,
even an apology.
Yes, first and foremost, he should apologize to
Nigerian police.
Who? The commissioner.
The commissioner personally, because he was the one that made the references. He should apologize not only to the people of that local government and Kaduna State, to Nigerians as a whole, for lying to us blatantly. And if he was in saner crimes, he should actually resign from the Nigerian police, because I don't
It's an insult to Nigerians.
It's an insult.
He can't uphold his...
these are lives that are...
Not just the Nigerian police, to Nigeria as a whole, because it was blatant.
And lives are involved. And you know how important the first 48 hours is in any crime.
If he chooses not to resign, then he should be fired from the police.
May I go
he should go through that process
I won't throw away
No. Because you see...
I won't throw away the baby at the bathwater. I'll just assign him to traffic duties in the hall.
No, that's the commissioner. He can't come down.
What he did is a gross violation
of the act.
Aside the act, of Nigerians. If that even one Nigerian is a gross violation
and you
of his
just
rights.
Flippantly dismiss it
And
without carrying out any investigation.
And I think the scary
They said
part
his
in all
men
of
were
this,
there.
For a senior police
this is
officer.
how we've become desensitized, or we're becoming, I want to say we're becoming, but actually we've become desensitized to the plight of Nigerians. And we see it manifested in a number of ways, especially in a time where our country is dealing with extreme insecurity issues. So it's better to always err on the side of caution. That's what people typically think. So if you know that this is something that we're prone to experiencing, when you hear it, your first reaction should not be denial, as opposed to doing a thorough investigation to ensure. Now, even not just him, even with the presidency, you see people who would typically come out and speak on a number of issues. everybody has
They'll rather
silent.
just keep quiet.
We were checking by on Onuga's page today, and all he's posted about are the roads and the update on the roads.
Yes, because you see, when this is strictly my opinion, when your focus is to divert attention from the real issues, so you look for things that you think people will be interested in, and
AFCON is over now.
Like I said, I remember that day, and I still saw that post that you guys, thank you very much, about the Morocco discussion. And some people were saying, Benga said, oh, no. But everybody that I know that has checked that, and those have made comments, they just agree with me that Morocco was better that day. Clear. However, and it's the same thing in Nigeria. When you see, I'm always careful about what I say in public spaces, but if people have lived under the illusion that propaganda takes you to the end, then at the end of the day, where they are probably not the ones to suffer the destruction, it's those who are coming behind. And I've seen it in Lagos. As a Lagosian, all my life, I've seen it. Education is next to nothing. Those who got free education, those who went to university with next to nothing.
The irony.
And we see it. When I say this, people always say, oh, no. 60-70% of the people in the corridors of power today, public, private, you name it, got free education. About 50-60% of them got that free education in Lagos.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
And what are they giving back?
They migrated to Lagos because of that education. Now, what are you giving back?
You're spot on, absolutely.
And so it beats me every time. I was fortunate to be amongst them. And maybe that's why I continue to talk about those things. But what are you giving back? Everything is about a sell. It's marketing and sales.
Yeah, luxury.
Marketing and sales.
Luxury houses, luxury cars.
Let's even leave the cars and all. You're not building new communities. You're not creating new values. You're not creating new wealth. If Lagos State, between 1975, when Lagos State became a state, and 1983, did not build communities, you people who were beneficiaries of it would not be where you are today. You won't have the kind of education that you have.
Absolutely. How many new public schools have been established in the last 8 years?
I tell people.
How many new parks?
Let's do that. Go check the history of Lagos State. Are you with me? Aside from the old schools, the Fimbas, the Bobis and all, the newest schools in Lagos State, maybe apart from a few that were set up as the model schools and all, 1980.
Meanwhile, the population is expanding.
1980.
Every day.
One person will tell me that means they are doing 45 years last year.
Okay, I want us to take comments on YouTube before we wrap things up. We're almost at the end of the show. Lenin Equerry says, in a sane world, both the chairman of the local government area and the commissioner will resign immediately because they failed in their duty. But here, it's we die here because there's no consequences to wrongdoing.
Consequences.
So.
Olumide Alade says, politicking and unnecessary judicial battles have been major factors undermining governance in Nigeria. From its first day in office, the APC appeared to focus on re-election than prioritizing, I believe he would say, citizens. These are the comments we can take on YouTube. Earlier, Eno Chiojane says Nigerians need to have value of integrity, and I believe that was in response to Aisho Speed visiting Nigeria and many people trying to use begging.
Asking him to show them love.
To show them love. And Joe Mokin is asking you a very pertinent question. Say, who exists you? Where did you get that from, Joe?
Where do you form?
How do you form?
Who you?
I really want to know.
Who born you?
The school of journalism.
Do you know who I am? Joe.
No, both of them.
Me?
Yeah. That's why they're always sitting on the same side.
What did you say? What did you just say now?
Obviously, Benga doesn't like that your profession is not only luminary.
There's a bit of jealousy.
I think you can go back to school. You're wearing white and black. It's not hard.
Yeah?
You can go back to school to
Oliver, I would ask you to adjust your hair so that you can err on the side of caution.
She's in the distinguished neighborhood profession.
I'm also.
On that note,
joke. Is how we wrap up today's show.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
On that note, we have to bring the show to a close. But there's one big story here in front of the Nigerian Tribune. No arms, ammunition found in my residence, according to Malami. So Malami is crying foul that the government is just trying to keep him. Said denies terror financing allegation. There's a lot. Sleeping less than 7 hours daily quietly shortens life, according to study.
Which is why we have to head out of the studio
That's
so
why
that
we
we
have
can
to
sleep and come back tomorrow
it's
to
night
be
sleep
active.
or afternoon sleep doesn't count.
No, stop that.
Join.
It's sleep. Sleep is
Please.
sleep. It's the hours.
Minimum
We're going to sleep.
between 6 to 8 hours.
But you shouldn't sleep because
Don't
your series
sleep.
is coming
Jasiri is
up
up next.
next.
Okay?
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and at night, watch on.